people. Hello, my good people. But check this out, right? This is, who is that one? Is that Kurt Rambis? I think so. That's Kurt Rambis, right? He used to play for the Lakers, right, back in the day. And the next guy I'm going to play is going to say a familiar quote that I always say. And I'm not shocked that it's universal because that mindset had to develop in some form or fashion somewhere to be considered as part of a what? Part of your ideology, right? Right? Part of whatever you want to call it. Your constitution, your doctrine, your
Well, as you may know, rapper 50 Cent has been teasing a documentary about his purported rival, Sean Diddy Combs, for more than a year. But now the 4-part docuseries has finally...
I'm doing too much. So let me hit the motherfucking play button. And this, I'm shaky with this setup. So I do apologize. Thank.
As for Larry, he was chewing people's ears off.
It was always this dialogue, and it was just his telling you in your ear what he's going to get ready to do to you, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can't stop it.
Guys just couldn't believe that he would tell them exactly what he was doing and do it.
Clear aside for Larry.
Call the shots. Hey, I'm going to step back
and the set
to the baseline. I'm going to turn and shoot, and I'm going to stick it right in your face. Who does that?
The Celtics were playing the Suns, and Celtics are down by 2 points. And Bird is out by the 3-point line, and he's being guarded by a guy named Johnny High. And Johnny High is sort of backing away from Bird. And Bird said, "Hey, Johnny, you better come up and guard me a little closer. I'm just going to get the ball and shoot a three. Game's over." And, Johnny High sort of smiles and laughs about it. And then the ball comes into Bird, he just turns around and shoots a perfect three. As he's walking off, he puts an arm on Johnny High's shoulder and he goes, "Johnny, I told you to come out and guard me."
I remember what led to the big Dr. J fight. I think Larry had like 35 points. And he told Dr. J that it's time for him to retire. And I think that just set Dr. J off. And it's totally out of character for Dr. J. And there was this big melee. But Larry had so much confidence. And he instilled so much confidence in the rest of that group. We had Larry Bird on our team. He's going to carry us to victory even if we can't back up our own trash talking. In 1984, Larry went from being a great player to being the best player. Oh my God! Winning the MVP award and filling us all with a sense of invincibility.
So check this out, right? So remember I was on that live, I don't know, maybe something else. And I was telling you, that my family had an issue with them goddamn Celtics and shit. If you watch this or Google whatever, it will tell you about how the Celtics were perceived based on how they acted, right? Okay, so you have to, and I say this because you have people who will let you believe that ending a argument or a conversation or a discussion with your perception is your perception, right? Usually that's those, slick folk or whatever. They gonna play them games, talk about that la right? But no, you always need to have something to actually put this train out. Hold on a minute. There we go. Punch good. Now you just stick my regular type of punch and purple jugs, purple bottles or whatever. But anyway, you can tell people, no, my perception is based off what is being presented. It ain't based, you ain't gonna try to say, I'm wrong and your perception is correct, more accurate, or however. Okay, not saying that I can't be wrong, but if I know that I'm right, and people usually know I'm not really gonna say nothing to them unless I know I'm right. I'm not gonna drop the T. I'm not gonna do none of that. Like, case in point, right? I 100%. Well, I'm saying 100%. I'm 90% sure that I'm 90% sure that either Bozo or some other low ambition having ass motherfucker told Angelo Clary that I was airing our conversation over the goddamn internet, right? Which y'all know I was on mute and I only came back and straightened out like those 3 questions we had. That minute guy talked damn near 2 hours. Okay? I ain't air shit. What are you talking about? Okay? What are you talking about? I mean, God, that's one only people I know. Not really. Well, here. I'm trying to make sure. There's nobody tells. I don't know nobody got a lie like that. But there's something wrong. But, Pete just come out here telling flat out lies that can be confirmed to be a flat out lie. I mean, that motherfucker tell you, like if you see a dog walk by and go over there and pee by the tree, that's the only motherfucker that will sit there and tell you that although you saw that dog pee on the tree, you ain't see that dog pee on the tree. That's AI or some kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Like, what the fuck? But back to the reason why I'm dropping this, right? Because I'm one of those people that tell you what I'm going to do to you. And wait wait for your response, or see if you can counter or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? And just letting you know that it is a perfect motherfucking way to deal with some of these goddamn people. I don't know, ain't no car there. I know no car there. Alarm going on. Please, Jesus. Okay. So, that could be on out. Shit. But yeah. I'm so sleepy. But yeah, I mean, I think that is such a way to handle things. You know what I'm saying? I love people who shoot straight. I love people who I can define, right? I don't like the people that keep wondering about, why you ain't sleeping 1 hour with one eye shut. No, heck, I don't have time for that. I want to close both of my eyes and be able to turn on my side, sleep on my belly, on my back, whatever, and know I'm perfectly fine. I don't have time for anything else. I really don't. So that's why, y'all heard me. So, who you gonna go get? Who? Like, who do you know? Are you sure you want, like, and it's not being obnoxious and anything like that. I don't like bragging and trash talk and all that. But, and rarely, first of all, I ain't never had to, explain, well, not explain. I ain't never had to tell somebody about me because they're telling me they know more about me than I do. Not a stranger. I'm not. I'm loving somebody I know. Now, you may be thinking, and I already know it, sometimes I talk slow, and you wouldn't believe this. I used to talk very fast. I didn't think it was very fast. I used to speak very fast. And of course, you know what corrected that, right? I enjoy education, right? I mean, you can be sitting on the front porch in the hood and get an education. And yeah, I like to go in the damn hood. But I can't believe the old man done died and all of this. I'm like, shit, does his mama and them and, they were cousins and stuff like that. But in them situations where they all live on the same street. I heard all them sounds now. Now I must tell you, there's been some changes. sleepy as hell. Let me switch some things around. But anyway, you need to grow education in just about everything. And I don't like to speak in absolutes, but I'm sure that it's probably 100% that you can get educated. Yeah, I'll go with that. 100%. So, those people showed me, it all stringed, it's all stringed together, and it all makes sense, right? Think about it, when we started talking about our posture, well, they were telling us about our posture, and you know, training, looking at us, and you know, telling you how to speak. And remember that day I had posted on the wall about when you're on the interview, and I mean like a TV interview, not necessarily a job interview, a TV interview. Like when to look directly at the camera, when not, and all that extra shit, whatever. And I put all that on there on the board, but so, you know, you think your family member, you know, pretty much start telling you about your posture and your speaking voice. You can develop a speaking voice, or, you know, just cause your natural voice or whatever. But anyway, they start there, and then if you go to one of those manners courses or whatever, they definitely touch on it. You know, they give you that eval that real quick. You know, in the world, that pageantry world, they also deliver similar classes, right? Damn, that means I done went through the goddamn proper ass shit more than twice. Oh, Lord, it ain't do no good. It ain't do no good, right? I did not have a black friend until I got in the 6th grade, right? You know, and when we got broke and had to go in that goddamn hood, my friend Teresa's mom and Kim's dad, when I would spend the weekend with them, they had no problem coming in the goddamn hood. Luckily, we stayed in the better hoods, because you know, so they got that planted the palm trees and shit like that. You know, they were flats, right? They were flats, and then there were a duplex, and the apartments in the duplex were larger, and we looked up and got in there. Yes, honey, yes, but no, really, I do and don't like this time of year. My child is grown, so I don't have to go out there and about the goddamn store, right? So, and the joy that I used to get from going out there buying all that stuff and knowing she's not going to even be bothered with 75% of it, it was ridiculous that when we were moving from where we used to live, right? And that was when we took all that stuff and ended up, taking it to the curb. It was so crazy that my cousins, the one that died and all that, they was coming to our house for Christmas, because that was going to be the last Christmas at that location. And they saw all that stuff in the box on the curb. And we was disposing trash that really people could use. So we would put that in the trash can. You know what I'm saying? We had that in the bag and in the trash can. It's because we know that although it's a white neighborhood, those white people, they go to the trash and they love our trash. And it was so funny that my next door neighbor, which I haven't had a black neighbor since, but that shit, I ain't moving, but I'm at the final destination from that. But what I'm saying is, the lady, I was coming home one day and I was like, damn, because I had put out like about 30 pairs of my child's shoes, right? Shoes that she wasn't really feeling and shoes that she wasn't wearing, because I pretty much controlled her outfits until maybe senior, and really not, because guess what? I purchased all of them. Now, what really changed is me telling her what to wear head to toe. And that's what really changed. Okay. And I didn't have to do no hair. I stopped doing hair. And one friend was doing the ponytail stuff and the little braids and stuff like that. I don't want to do none of that. And she went from that right to the hairdresser. So shit, I ain't done my hair in a long time. Damn. Ain't God good? Yes, He is. All the time. All the time. I'm A1 since day one, honey. A1 since day one. And I don't know how many people just tell you straight to your face and whatever. Like, not only what I'm gonna do, but just, just be straight or whatever, have a lot of games. I don't know how many out here. I'm talking about people with a channel. Like I said, people with a channel, just 1.5. You know what I'm saying? It was 1.5. better not bet on what they say. You better not bet, 'cause you might lose your money, honey. But anyway, I'm sleepy. So, yeah, that's real. I shouldn't even drop this video because this is trash, but I'm so damn sleepy. Anyway, let me go. I've been on 25 minutes talking about absolutely nothing.